Your first time, very good friend of mine, travels all over the country performing stand-up comedy. Big round of applause for me. Thank you, thank you. Good-looking crowd tonight. By round of applause, do you guys like impressions, impersonations? Yes. One guy, all right. I'm gonna do an impression for you right now. This is an audience participation. You just yell out who you think this is, okay? And I got a mole on one cheek. Give me a second to get the character here.
Vader.
Vader? Anyone else?
De Niro.
No, it's this guy right here. No, you're right. That was my De Niro. Thank you. What a crowd. You may be able to tell from my voice tonight, I have a bit of a head cold, but it's nothing that can't be cured by your applause. I saw the doctor. I said, listen, doctor, I think I'm coming down with something. He said, I've seen your comedy routine. You need to come up with something. Turns out I have a condition called resting hunk face. Me, Brad Pitt, and Benedict Cumberbatch all suffer in silence with this one. All right, are you folks ready to be entertained by an award-winning stand-up comedian tonight?
Yeah.
I wish we had one here. I have won some awards in my day. I don't know if you know this. In 1984, I was Miss Nude Canada.
Woo!
Thank you. Let's see, I got my alumni magazine in the newspaper. An 89-year-old woman graduated from York University last year. Can you believe that? Wow. 89 years old. Good luck getting that student loan paid back. People most excited about her graduating? Her parents. She's finally going to move out, get her own place. Here's the weird part. She was there on an athletic scholarship. How crappy was that field hockey team? Okay? First person to ever graduate university with her whole life behind her. The students were asking her, you know, her name was Edna. Edna, you're 89, going out on your first ever job interview. What are you going to wear? And she was like, depends. What a crowd. There's a Girls Gone Wild spring break video you don't want to rent, huh? 89-year-old graduates at Daytona? Crazy. She's not the only one getting older. Schwarzenegger, you know how old he's turning this year? 69. Can you believe that? Woo. Of course, he's in the Terminator films. He just did Terminator, the fifth one. You know the Terminator, right? I'll be back.
Yeah.
He's too old to be doing action films now. This one features the catchphrase, ow, my back. And Stallone, the same age as him, 69, did Rocky 7. I don't want to spoil it for anyone, but in this one he battles erectile dysfunction. You know that scene where he runs up the stairs at the Philadelphia Museum? This time he's on an acorn stair lift. Gets to the top, he turns to the camera, he says, what did I come up here for again? I can't remember, he's so old. When you do stand-up comedy, audiences always ask you about your worst ever heckler, and that's when someone in the crowd yells out and disrupts the show. I did this show in Toronto. This old fella came in. He had the oxygen bottle on wheels, you know, with the tube up to his nose. 10 minutes into my routine, he stands up, turns into the spotlight, he says, someone unplug me. I know, unfair. World Health Organization, every year they rank the best places in the world to live. Last year, Kabul, Afghanistan came in second last. When the people of Kabul heard this, they said, thank goodness for Oshawa, because... Hey, thank you, what a crowd, what a crowd. Boy, Canada gets cold in the winter, huh? So cold out there.
How cold is it?
It is so cold, I saw seagulls walk into KFC and surrender. That's cold, I would say. Are y'all on the computer? Are you on the Facebook? Yeah?
Yeah, we do.
Tippy, tappy. 1.6 billion users, Facebook now. Can you believe that? 1.6 billion. The previous record holder, heroin. More users. Speaking of records, someone always does something stupid to get into the Guinness Book of World Records every year. Last year, this guy got in. He kicked himself in the face 137 times in just under 1 minute. Beats the previous record of 0. All right, so here in Toronto, we have a hockey team called the Toronto Maple Leafs. You guys are familiar with the Toronto Maple Leafs?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're kind of the sad sack of the league there. It's been tough. Last time the Toronto Maple Leafs won the Stanley Cup, the team photo was an oil painting. That's a while ago, isn't it? That's, anyway, switching gears here. Here in Canada, we just approved in Parliament, we approved physician-assisted suicide is now legal.
Woo!
Just in time for the new Leaf season, so fans will be happy about that. I don't know if you know this, 1909, the first ever professional hockey game was played right here in Canada. 1909. That's also the year the Leafs losing streak started. 1909. It's been tough. One thing about living in Toronto now, they charge you a nickel for plastic bags everywhere you go. That's kind of annoying. I like the old days when we had paper bags. Is that way the Leaf fans had something to wear over their heads in the stands? Can't wear a plastic bag. It's not good. Did you hear about the Toronto Maple Leafs fan, lifelong super fan, just passed away of a heart attack? In his last will and testament, he wanted 6 Leaf players to be his pallbearers, just so the team could let him down one last time. Thank you. What a crap. I don't know if you can tell, I'm on the new Toronto Maple Leafs diet. Are you guys familiar with this? It's a really good diet. It doesn't matter what you do. You just keep losing. Losing. I had the Toronto Maple Leafs breakfast this morning. You guys familiar with that? It's 6 different types of turnovers. All in the neutral zone. So that's the way that worked. Last year, who was in the Stanley Cup Finals last year? Was it Chicago versus Tampa? No one cared, right? There wasn't a Canadian team in there. By applause, who wanted Chicago to win the Cup last year? Anyone? No. Who wanted Tampa to win the Cup last year? Anybody? One person? Okay, who'd like to see Don Cherry take a slap shot in the face? Anybody? Pain in the ass, Don Cherry. Oh my gosh. I don't know if you knew this, there's a new professional women's hockey league here in Canada. There's 6 women's teams spread out all over the country. Great, just what we need, 6 more teams that can beat the Leafs. They say 56% of all cheating husbands claim to be happily married. Do you think that's true? By applause, how many cheating husbands here happily married? 1. That's not 56%, my friends. Playboy magazine. No more nudity in Playboy magazine. Did you know that? So now it's just for married men. Every month the centerfold is the same woman. Every month the pages get wider and wider. Show up with more and more wrinkles. I love living here in Toronto because every summer some young girl decides to swim across Lake Ontario to raise money to fight all the diseases she gets as she swims across Lake Ontario. 2016, a tough year. A lot of people passed away this year, huh? A lot of celebrities passed away, but that's not necessarily such a comic thing, but I don't know if you knew this, Mr. Gerald, he was the fellow who invented the first ever remote control device for the television. He passed away this year. He was missing for a couple weeks, but they found him. He was between 2 couch cushions.
Too soon.
Oh, too soon. The fellow who started the Dunkin' Donuts chain in the U.S. died at the age of 93 last year. His family said he was sitting in his favorite chair and his eyes just kind of glazed over. Thank you. Remember back in the day, you'd go to a hotel, you could put a quarter in a thing and the bed would vibrate? Vibrating beds used to be a big deal back in the 60s and 70s. That fellow passed away this year. I'll tell you, the entire industry very shaken up over it. Two actors voiced Fred Flintstone, an early one in the 60s and then a later one in the 70s. The guy who voiced the second version of Fred Flintstone, he passed away. And it was a bit ironic. Here's what happened. He was at a drive-thru. He ordered a plate of ribs and his car tipped over. What a crowd. What a crowd. So, by applause, how many married people do we have here? Married? By a round of applause, anyone? No one? Okay. Single people. Let's hear the single people. Make some noise for me. Everybody's single. Anyone living with someone? Anyone doing that? Living together?
Parents.
Parents. Very good. How about married living painfully alone? Anyone? They say married couples without kids have healthier relationships and longer marriages. So if you're the child of divorced parents, sorry, it probably was your fault. Hate to break it to you. They seem to say married people live longer than single people. Yeah, it just seems longer. They say that married couples that go on double dates with other married couples have longer relationships. They say because it fosters increased communication. Yeah, on the drive home you both talk about how much you hate that other couple. While I was in the UK, this made the front page of the newspaper. A 73-year-old woman married a 31-year-old man. During the honeymoon, she slipped into something a little more comfortable, a coma. Researchers in the UK discovered the part of the brain used in making decisions. Here's the weird part. If you're married, it's located in your wife's head. They also discovered a chemical in the female brain that causes women to talk 3 times more than men. That chemical? Alcohol. They say over a woman's entire lifespan, cumulatively, she spends 8 years of her life shopping. You believe that? You know what that means? Men spend over 8 years of their lives on a bench out in front of a shoe store, waiting. It's a bit sad. I'm a big fan of the films. I like Liam Neeson, gotta be one of my favorite actors. He's in the Taken series of films. You seen the Taken, Taken 1, Taken 2, there's Taken 3 now. In the first one, human traffickers kidnap Liam Neeson's baby daughter. He gets her back. In the sequel, the same group of traffickers are back. This time they kidnap his ex-wife. Divorced guys called it the feel-good film of 2013. They say because of the downturn in the economy right now, more and more men are finding work in fields traditionally dominated by women. It was brought to my attention by a nun at my church, Sister Gary. You've all seen Gerber baby food in the grocery store, right? That's a very old brand. The baby who posed for the label, that baby turned 94 years old this year. Ironically, he's back to eating Gerber baby food. What goes around comes around there. I don't know if you knew this. Last year, the country of Jamaica decriminalized the possession of small amounts of marijuana for personal use, which would be great if anyone in Jamaica had small amounts of marijuana for personal use. And they say because of everyone walking around with their smartphones, texting, it's causing an epidemic of neck and shoulder problems in the population. Now, I don't know if I've been affected, but I have a hunch. Canada's oldest person, a man in Edmonton, Alberta, celebrated his 110th birthday last month. He celebrated the same way he did last year by driving his car through the front window of a donut shop. Ozzy Osbourne in the news, getting divorced. His 30-year marriage to his wife ending in divorce. It's a bit sad, but when Ozzy heard this, he said, when did I get married? 30 years of marriage, 6 of which he remembers. Very good. Ozzy Osbourne, 62 years old this year. Can you believe that? Lead singer of Black Sabbath. Doesn't look a day over 1,000, does it? Fine example of what good clean living can do for the human body. I was down in LA one year with some buddies, and we were auditioning for sitcoms and stuff. This guy pulls up to us at a red light, big fancy car, rolls down the window. He says, "Hey, you guys know where Ozzy lives?" We looked over, it was Ozzy. He was lost, he didn't know how to get home. Asking us for directions. Ozzy, of course, best known for biting the head off of a bat. while on stage, right? At 62, he's too old to be biting the heads off the band. Backstage, his manager has to cut the band into little pieces. Feed it to him like, coming in, Nazi! Open wide for your bat! They say that seniors can improve their memories by looking after their grandchildren once a week. Because nothing improves a senior's memory quicker than trying to remember where you left the grandchildren. On the roof of the car as you drove out of the mall sometimes. I'm a big fan of Walker, Texas Ranger. I watch a lot of that in reruns. Walker. You know how old he's turning this year? 76. Yeah, he's got a new TV series too. Texas Ranger with a Walker. Remember Cyndi Lauper? Remember her? Turned 63, she's getting older. And she's got a new single out too. Girls just want to have a quiet evening at home. Tom Petty's got a new band. He's like 65. It's Tom Petty and the Hit Breakers. No? And wrestlers. Hulk Hogan, 63. Can you believe that? Still wrestling. Gotta hang it up. His new finishing move? A nap. Now when the Hulkster grabs a folding chair, it's because he needs to sit down for a couple of minutes. His new arch enemy? Stairs. Now when he goes like this, it's really because he can't hear what you're saying. Eat your vitamins, take your minerals, whatever it is. Do your prayers, say your whatevers. Remember that? And he'd rip his shirt off. Paul McCartney, one of the Beatles. I saw him at the American Music Awards last year. Boy, he's getting up there, 73, 74 years old, something like that. I saw an interview with him, and he said he loves performing so much, he'll probably die on stage. And I thought, Paul, take it from someone who dies on stage every Thursday night. Thank you. You guys were a wonderful crowd.